Your first DJ program was Tractor?
Yeah, Tractor.
Oh, okay.
But like, I never played any shows with it or anything. I just did my room.
All right.
That's what I use right now. I use Tractor with the Z2 mixer.
Yeah. Just record box is just, I don't know. It's industry standard, so I go with record box.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only program that's efficient enough that to really like mesmerize your cues for the CDJs. I know that Denon software. I know they could kind of do something like that.
Oh, it happened to my friend. He played for Oliver Heldens. Oliver Heldens last minute switched to Denon's when he was supposed to be on CDJs. He's like last minute, like on the day of, no, we're going to Denon's. Fucked everybody over. My friend, it's like the new Denon's, like the newest ones, and they're not compatible with Rekordbox yet.
Oh, they're not?
That update has not come out. The older Denons are compatible, but not this one.
Oh, right, yeah. Because I remember when I used to work at a music store, we had a Denon demo controller, and I was actually able to plug in my USB with like Rekordbox analyzed tracks, and all my cues would show up, and it was pretty tight. I mean, I really liked the way the interface was for the Denon system, and it was a pretty cool experience compared to like your traditional like Rekordbox experience with like controllers or CDJs.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. But Risky, dude. Haven't seen you in a minute, bro.
It's been a while.
Thanks for coming through to the studio. Welcome to the spotlight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When was the last time I seen you?
I want to say that mobile party, the crazy house party that we had. I want to say that might have been the last time I seen you.
Was it the time where we had all played?
We all played
at that one bar, right? S bar.
And I blacked out.
Oh, you ended up blacking out?
I blacked out and I came back to life.
Wait, I don't even remember this. What you talking about?
This was the day of the show. Okay, so you remember how like the night before the show, remember how you went, like you're like, oh yeah, they got like food and drinks here.
Yeah.
There was like a comedian or some shit.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
And afterwards, we had a party. Went to like 4 or 5 in the morning. I got like 2 hours sleep. Then I was with Teddy. And then we got up, we got canes, and then we just drank all day. And then I just drank a bunch of Hennessy at the show, drank it after the show, and then I blacked out, woke up, saw my boy smashing, left the room, and then I came back to life.
Word. And did you enjoy yourself at the show when you played? Did you have a great time?
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
Yeah, that was like the earlier low-end shows that we did. Yeah, I remember all the Henny Boys came out. Yeah, everybody was there. Black Jesus, Barrett, Subshockers, Teddy. I mean, a bunch of them. You already know who they all are.
Yeah.
And that's already been like, what, 2-3 years now?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That was a scary blackout.
Are you like, do you watch yourself a little bit more now? Like drinking or
Yeah. It's just like, I don't really drink too much. I don't really get drunk often. I try to keep it like professional for the shows. Like I don't ever like play like drunk or anything, but yeah, I like to keep it professional. Like, cause you never know who you're around or, who you're going to meet. You don't want to like be sloppy around somebody.
Oh, that's facts. And that's actually great advice for anyone that's, wanting to be playing shows or wanting to make connections at all these type of events. You don't want to look sloppy. You want to be looking good. You want to be looking professional. You want to be functioning to be able to, have conversations with all these industry connected people that could potentially give you a booking, could potentially, help you, for a blog post or marketing campaign for a track or something. You never know what people can help you out with.
Or even just like meeting an artist, like, Yeah,
that too.
I've met artists and I'm glad I've met them sober because like I'm all like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, not a good look,
No, like, oh yeah, that person was the one that he was like kind of all sloppy. They'll remember.
People remember that shit. They really do.
They do. They may not like act like they remember it, but trust, they get a little like glimpse of you. Oh yeah, they'll remember.
Yeah,
they'll get flashbacks and shit.
And they'll be like, I remember that fucker.
Word, Risky. Well, for everyone that's listening on SoundCloud and watching on YouTube, before we get started on the spotlight, I want to go ahead and do a segment right here called Quick Hits, Risky. So this segment right here is it's like a time questionnaire. It pretty much kind of reveals a little bit more about your personality as someone who's passionate about dance music and is a DJ, music producer. It's like maybe 5 to 10 questions. Don't try to think too long of it, and it's going to be just pretty quick since we're going to do it timed, all right? Okay. So here we go, G. We're going to get started with the first question. Here we go. What's your social media handle?
At It's Risky on all socials.
Favorite DJ software?
Record box.
Age you started at?
17.
Favorite genre of music?
Jersey Club.
Favorite streaming platform?
Twitch.
What about music streaming platform?
Music streaming platform? Oh, it's probably SoundCloud. Yeah.
SoundCloud. Hey, there we go. Favorite BPM?
150.
Special skill?
I'm pretty much making any genre.
Oh, that's a flex.
Yeah.
First festival?
We Are Energy 2017.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I was a big Queso fan back in the day.
Oh, right. And Queso was playing that thing?
Yeah.
All right.
They fucked up that festival so much. It was like Queso went super hard, and then afterwards it was like just really slow future bass. This is when Queso was hard style Queso. So it was like bah, 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 and then like just slow future bass after. It was really weird.
Who's in charge of that lineup? All right. What is your dream festival?
Like to play? EDC.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
That's good. Yes, EDC.
EDC?
Yeah.
Word. What about to attend?
To attend? Ultra.
Have you been to EDC? Oh, Ultra?
Yeah. I've been to EDC. I went to EDC like last month. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like to go to Ultra too. I haven't been to
I've never been
Ultra Music Festival. Have you been? Have you been there, Robert? No.
Nah, I've never been.
Would you like to go to a festival like that over there in Miami? If it had to be a festival in Miami, it'd be that one?
I'd like to go to Miami in general. I feel like there's something to do no matter what.
I want to go to Miami Music Week.
Oh, when they have that week of like
Just
all those like
the clubs and just the networking, and I feel like that's. I mean, I've never been to Ultra, but I feel like almost that's better than Ultra. Like I feel like just getting to, it's more intimate, you know, like meeting all the artists, like everybody's playing, everybody, you get to meet everybody. I've always wanted to do it. I was gonna go 2020, like, and then right when I was about to buy the tickets, the like plane tickets, it was like Ultra Miami canceled because of COVID. I was like, fuck. It's a good thing I didn't buy them.
damn. And it's pretty cool too, the Miami Music Week, because that's where a lot of the underground events happens too, like right nearby of Ultra. So you got all these major artists playing like the stage right there at Ultra, but then you got a lot of these like mid to like underground events that are like playing like right around with like all these underground artists, meeting up, linking up with sometimes these major artists that come out to these events as well because they're nearby. So it's like kind of like why not? So I wonder how the experience is there, bro. I've never been there. I've never been to Miami.
No,
I'd like to be out there. I wonder how the scene is out there. I wonder what the scene is out there. Is it more dubstep or is it more like
It is very dubstep. It's a lot of dubstep because I know I have a lot of friends that are DJs in Florida, and from what they told me, they're like they do not like Jersey Club at all.
Oh, they don't fuck with.
They don't fuck with Jersey Club.
Oh.
But if it's 4B, they'll fuck with it.
Okay, 4B gets a pass.
4B gets a pass because they know it's party. But like most of the people there are like bass heads and then like obviously kind of tech house. It's almost kind of like LA. LA's the same wave. The way I feel like it's mainly like dubstep rhythm or like tech house.
Okay.
That's why I
Yeah.
say
Okay.
LA. Yeah.
No, yeah, that is pretty much LA too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like LA's on that wave of house and bass music.
Yeah, but I feel like in LA you can get away with playing Jersey Club or playing like Four on the Floor, trap music. I feel like they fuck with it a little bit more. You know, that's the way I see it.
And then for you music production, man, like you make a lot of Jersey Club. You also make trap as well.
Yeah.
Well, let us in on like how you got started with all that. Were you first a DJ? Were you first a music producer?
So I was first a music producer. I started like when I was like in high school, like right like in my senior year, like last few months of my senior year, and I started at FL Studio.
All right,
This is
here
your
we
favorite.
go. Hey,
You're like hell yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, but I was only on it for 2 years, and like I jumped to Ableton like everybody else. So
Everyone else.
I became an LA-based music producer once I switched to Ableton on a Mac. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen the mog. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I started producing on I thought because I was just like, I'm young, I want to do something I always wanted to do. I'm gonna take like one chance, like while I'm young, rather than like be old and like regret, like fuck, like what if I would have just become a DJ, made music, you know, that type of shit.
And at the time, were you already making Jersey Club, or were you making like a variety of styles?
So when I first started, like I was mostly making like big room house and like trap. And then once I switched over to Ableton, it like went to like Jungle Terror, Jersey Club, trap, house, that type of stuff.
And then what year would you say this was all happening?
This is 2018.
2018. Oh wow, so it's okay. And then throughout that time, like you've been able to like connect with other groups, especially like people like the duo Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
And like with their, you done a release on their Fight Free label as well.
Yeah. So I did an official remix for their album.
There you go. Yeah.
And then I have an upcoming release with them. It's coming out sometime next year.
All right. Do we have a release date for next year? Or is it a surprise?
No. I'm also gonna be on somebody else's project in December. I can't announce who, but someone is dropping a project in December on Fight Free, and I'm gonna be on 2 of the songs.
All right.
So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so that way everyone on YouTube and Sago can check out more of your music.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely make sure to plug that in. And what is it about Jersey Club and also trap music that got you to kind of fill up your discography of just more of that style, like as to compared to like the other genres?
I grew up in the like Dutch house era, you know, like that's when I got into EDM. So like Afrojack, you know, Chucky, you know, watching like the DJ blend mixes on YouTube, good old days.
That's a throwback.
That's a major throwback, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was, I like that bounciness, you know? So that's why I feel like I resonate that with Jersey Club. Like it's not the same, but I miss that 4 on the floor type stuff. Okay. And I feel like EDM has become very like halftime. It's all about the headbanging. And like headbanging is cool. But like, why can't we fucking rage, you know, 4 on the floor? I feel like some people are like really anti 4 on the floor. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I have met a bunch of people like that as well.
Like, they heard like the second kick and they're like, no, get that out of here. No, we don't want that. And so yeah, and the same thing with trap. Like I came up and like, you know, like that good old like Diplo trap, that like stuff from early back in the day, fucking like Bauer. I like that stuff. So I kind of stick to that type of style.
So you say you've been listening since like the Dutch House era. So safe to assume it's been like maybe since 2010, 2011, 2012?
Yeah, I was 12.
I think I was around the same time too. I was like 12 when I first started listening to that kind of style of EDM.
Yeah, I mean, that's when EDM like really blew up in America. And that's when, you know, I started discovering it. Back then people called it like techno, you know? Like, oh, dude, that's dope techno. So I liked techno music back in the day, and that shit was tight, you know, like all that stuff, like Dead Mouse as well, and you know, it's a good stuff.
Yeah, man. How's the transition been from FL Studio to Ableton?
It was hard. I was like so stiff like this the entire time. I was like, like if I was gonna press a button, like the computer was gonna explode or something. I was like that the whole time. But then I want to say like 3-6 months in, I got pretty comfortable, and then I went to music school, and then I got like super comfortable.
What music school you go?
Symmetry Academy.
All right. Where's that located at?
That's in North Hollywood.
Oh wow, for sure.
Yeah.
What class?
What class?
Yeah. You're still going, or you went?
Oh no, I went already. Yeah, it was like a 3-month course. I did 3-6 month course.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
And like, would you say you graduated like a year, like 19 or 18?
When that happened, I was like, no, I started it when I was like 20, and then like by the time I was like 21, like I had just finished it.
All right.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Do you have any shows coming up?
So, I guess I'll announce it here. Like I'm gonna be doing a Riske and Friends show. It's gonna be in LA, January. Keep posted for the date. That's gonna be a pretty exciting one. I haven't played LA in 3 years, believe it or not. It's been
3 years?
Yeah. It's been 3 years since I played in LA. And so I was just like kind of getting sick and tired of like getting like bullshitted by promoters. Like, you know, because they'd be like, oh man, we want to book you. I'm like, all right, well, let's do it. Well, let me talk to this guy first, and then never get back to me. So it's just like, I know I've been creating a buzz. I know that I am capable of getting booked, putting on a good show for people. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do my own show. And I'm going to put my own friends on it. And we're going to sell this bitch out. So that's what we're doing.
All right. I'm excited, bro. Hey, let me know about the date on that. Yeah. That way, that way I could pull up.
Yeah.
And are we gonna get a little lineup reveal here on Listen Tempo, or is this a surprise?
It's a surprise, but it's stacked. It's super stacked.
All right.
Like just nothing but like really dope up and comers. Like I feel like these are the names that we're gonna be seeing on festivals like next like 5-10 years easily.
What's the style? Well, can we get at least get like a style, a genre style?
So a lot of Jersey club, house, Moomba, trap, like a little bit of dubstep as well. I wanted to cater to everybody. Like I want, like you go there and there's something for everybody. But it's all like kind of around this similar type of style, like genre wise, where like those genres all kind of make sense together. Like you're not gonna go there and be like, oh man, I saw this trap guy and then drum and bass and then trance. Like it doesn't make sense to me. So I wanted to put people like on with like genres like where it made sense. So that's why we did a lot of like the trap, Jersey club, house stuff. So yeah, it's a stacked lineup, bro. I'm telling you.
What are some of the artists that you look up to these days?
DJ Snake.
DJ Snake?
Snake is a big inspiration. People like Snake, Diplo, Nitty Gritty, like really showed me how far you could be by pushing yourself to be multi-genre. You know, at first I thought I was always going to be just a Jersey club producer, and like that's all I made. Or even before that, I used to just make strictly jungle terror. But I quickly realized that when it becomes so difficult to write a genre after so long, you're just like, well, fuck, like how do I think outside the box? How do I not just do basic shit? And you know, I would just run into walls all the time. And I was like, why don't I tried a different approach. I was like, instead of running into writer's block, how could I defeat writer's block? So I was like, what if I try different genres? Like, what if I tried Moomba? What if I tried dancehall? What if I tried trap? What if I tried house? Next thing you know, and this was like over the quarantine, and I realized this, I have a bunch of fucking ideas.
Nice.
Even created an album out of it.
Where? Oh, can we expect a Risky showcase soon?
Yeah, definitely. Album will be coming out next year.
Oh, right.
So I'm not sure when, but it'll be coming out next year. I worked really hard throughout the quarantine, and like I said, I found kind of like a loophole. I still think writer's block does exist. There's just days where you just can't create, but sometimes people tell me, man, I have writer's block. I'm like, have you tried making another genre? No. Come back to me in a few days. Create another genre and tell me what you think. And they come back to me, bro, I wrote like 3 house songs. Like, what the fuck? You know? And it's like, it's good. You learn, you become a stronger producer. I felt like I was a very like one-dimensional producer before the quarantine. And I became multi-genre and very versatile throughout the quarantine, making a lot of like future bass, a lot of house, a little bit of trap, pop stuff, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned one of my favorite artists as well, Nitty Gritty. You know, him being multi-genre, along with DJ Snake, they demonstrated that, you know, going that multi-genre direction, you know, it presents a lot of opportunities. Then you're not just only you know, reaching out into the markets of bass, you're also reaching out to, you know, Moomba markets, house markets, and when artists are able to navigate to those lanes and still keep it within their style. And that's why I hear about your productions too. Like, you have a style throughout all your tracks, and it's pretty noticeable. And I like that it's been getting like more and more recognized, and more of a more through an evolution all these past 3 years with your Risky sound. Yeah, man. How you been digging the support lately for you, man? With all the music production and everything, like support from the duo Fight Club, having a remix release from there. You know, how's everything been for that? Like, good? Yeah,
it's been really good. I mean, like, the support has been insane. I realized like how many DJs like actually fuck with Jersey Club. You know, like, because I had no idea. Like, dude, like RL Grime played my song like a few months ago. I was like, I didn't even know he even knew what fucking Jersey Club was.
Where do you play it at?
Played it in Vegas at like Excess Night Swim, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like one day I was just like just chilling, and my homie texted me. He's like, "Bro, RL Grime played your song." I was like, "What? Like the fuck?" You know, just a little shit like that, dude. Fucking, you know who likes Jersey Club? Fucking Lil Jon.
Lil Jon likes Jersey Club.
Dude, Lil Jon downloaded a Jersey Club song of mine, and he followed me on Instagram. We DM'd a little bit. Like, he was like, "Bro, send me tunes." I was like, "Bro, I didn't even know you liked Jersey Club." He likes that shit.
Oh, wow.
That's which is crazy. I mean, a lot of people don't know that he was a producer first before, and he produced a lot of his hits. Like, he's not just a rapper, which is crazy. And like, that's why he started getting into EDM. And yeah, I had no idea he liked Jersey Club. That shit was wild.
When was my first exposure to Lil Jon with EDM? I think I was 17, 16. I could have been maybe 15, bro. I was watching EDC 2011, 2012. I forgot what year, bro, but it was him and I think it was Layback Luke, Turbulence.
Oh
yeah, it was like Dutch house shit. Like we hit Turbulence. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and like he had came out and like I was watching this live stream, bro, and I'm like, bro, there's no way isn't it Stevie Aoki too?
I think so.
I think it could be
I think they have it's all of them.
Yeah, Low John, Layback Luke, Steve. I could be wrong, but yeah, when I first saw that crossover of Low John, getting on the vocals and then the people behind the beat, I was like, nah, I can't believe this shit's happening.
Right.
And then next thing you know, bro, now you're starting to see more of that collaborations happen like throughout these days now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think my first exposure was Turned Down for What. It's funny, like I actually didn't like it because I thought it was like I was like in high school and I thought it was just like weird. I was like, they're really trying to mix EDM but like hip hop at the same time. Like just like ratchet EDM. So I never really liked it, but it grew on me and I was and like that's when I started liking like trap music and stuff like that. But before I was like not about it. I was like, rappers on EDM? Like what? Why? And like now I'm all for it.
This was the era of twerk music.
Oh my god, yes, bro.
Twerk music was the shit, bro. I had my fine days of throwing twerk music at some ratchet parties, bro. That was the way to go.
Yeah, it was literally hip hop with EDM sounds. Twerk, bro.
Yeah,
twerk music.
crazy.
I mean,
Crazy
Caked
time.
Up. Those were the names that was like popping out during that era of twerk music. And then actually they named it twerk music, bro. They literally named it twerk music.
Madinga by Twerk, like that Twerk the group.
Yeah, Twerk. Oh yeah, also the group Twerk. Benzie being one of them. Who was the other person?
Eccentric.
There
Eccentric.
There you go. Yeah, when I saw Twerk at Heart Summer 2014, they got down.
Yeah,
I remember seeing them at Heart Summer.
Yes.
They were hella down.
Yeah, Benzie also another one of my really big supporters. Like I remember, like right when the quarantine happened, I put out like an edit pack of like I do like this thing. It's called At Your Own Risk, where I get like a hip hop song, mash it up with like an EDM song, and I can put them on SoundCloud because if you start the SoundCloud song with just EDM, usually they don't get taken down. So I was like, cool. So I was able to make mashups with EDM and hip hop, but not just leave it at a mashup. I was also flipping it too. So I send him like these flips, mashup flips, I guess if you want to call them that. Send it to him through his Twitter DM. It was just like a long shot. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna see it, but next thing you know, like a month later, he's like, bro, who the fuck are you? He was like, give me your email right now. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, I'm gonna put this shit on fucking LDS. And he started giving me remix opportunities. And I even like almost got an official remix opportunity with do you know the Catch Me Outside girl, Bhad Bhabie?
Yeah, Bhad Bhabie?
Yeah. So he like plugged me up and like I had an official remix for her. It ended up didn't panning out because like I think the record label that she was a part of dropped her right as we were about to sign the contract. So me and Good Trouble, we worked on this Jersey Club remix because the late record label wanted Jersey Club because it was starting to pop off on TikTok, like with like the Cookie Kawaii stuff. Like so they were like, oh dope, like let's get a Jersey Club remix, let's boost this shit on TikTok. And then we did it, and it was gonna be official. We're gonna sign a record record deal to them. And then they got dropped, and I was like, "Fuck."
They didn't. You know what? I believe you guys released it. No,
we still released it.
Right. Okay.
And,
I remember seeing that remix.
Yeah. Like Benzie kind of like put in the good word for us. It's like, bro, like don't like kind of like went after the record label, like don't don't take it down, kind of thing. Like because like it, basically like all their contracts got sold to another record label. It's like this big thing like on the news, like a bunch of like. Contracts got sold to another record company, and then they just like dropped a bunch of people.
And one of them was the Bhad
Bhabie, yeah. So I think she's like on this like independent route now. So, but yeah, like it was crazy. Like yeah, like he plugged me up with a lot of shit, like put me on, and yeah, he's really dope.
Oh, dude, that's tight. Well, I'm glad you're still able to release a remix, bro.
Yeah,
I know a lot of times these labels or the people that. They have the rights to the original piece. They be trying to keep restrictions on distribution on particular tracks.
It's so annoying.
They don't want to let you clear particular samples
That's why I created At Your Own Risk. Like it's literally like a SoundCloud record label for just like edits that like could totally take down your SoundCloud. you know,
That's wild,
because
bro.
it goes on with the brand.
Playing with fire.
Literally, like playing with fire, like at your own risk. Like you're gonna put this up, but it's at your own risk. Like just know this shit could be taken down. Never been taken down, thankfully, knock on wood. But yeah, it's that created a whole new outlet for me where I was gaining like a lot of fans. Like I did this like Travis Scott one with Must I, like a mashup flip, and shit went off. Like 4B played it, like found it randomly, started playing it. Then all of a sudden everybody started playing it, and all of a sudden I'm getting like DMs like on the daily, like, bro, like I'm your fucking fan. Like I've been listening since fucking the Must I Travis Scott remix. And I was like, out of nowhere, I was like, what the fuck? She just blew up. I was like, what the fuck? I almost didn't even put it out. I almost was like, I don't know if I should put this out. And then that's what started the whole At Your Own Risk brand. And yeah, it's been like something new for me because I feel like flipping songs, they're cool, remixing songs, like they're cool, you know, but I feel like it's boring. I feel like it's played out. It's like very easy. And like DJs, they want something like unique. Like the DJs that are on tour, like playing festivals and stuff, they want something unique. So
you take that in consideration when you're like, okay.
So, you know, like everybody wants to hear the latest Drake record or the latest Kanye record, but it's like you layer it with like some dubstep song and then you turn it into like house or trap. It's like, what the fuck? It's like a completely, like you're giving the crowd the twist that they want. And the DJs are getting the crazy reactions like, what the fuck? We didn't like, because no one would ever think of that.
Yeah, and let's go to Risky SoundCloud. I forgot the flips, I forgot the edits, I forgot the...
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I think that helped me out a shit ton, gain a lot of fans, and definitely has like put me on, you know?
Yeah, man. I actually got to do more like flips, more remixes, because I feel like I just get caught up on like just doing a lot of originals. But because that definitely helps out a lot, like, and like getting exposure with like a lot of more markets. Like, for example, when you do a remix, you could be doing a remix of a hip-hop song, or you could be doing a remix of a popular pop song, or, like, whatever genre, like, of that particular song that's popping. Like, you could just definitely tap into the market and give it your own twist, which is pretty tight.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, originals are very important. I understand that concept. Like, originals are so important. Like, if you want to, like, make this into a career, you got to go the original route. But people underestimate the power of flips.
Dude.
Flips can create relationships. Lil Jon, 4B, you know, Fight Club, Benzie. Like, I created relationships with these people because of my flips, not because of my originals. Literally, I sent Lil Jon an original, like a dubstep original, because I know he likes dubstep. And he was like, where the edit pack at, though? And I was like, oh, okay. You know? But like, literally, people underestimate the power of that because, like, let's say you're a new artist like HUSKI, and let's say you just started 0 followers. You put out your first original song. Is anybody really going to pay attention? Does anybody really care? No.
No, not really.
No, but you know, you got some followers under your belt. You established a name. People do want to hear your originals. You have a fan base for your originals. See, I didn't have a fan base for my originals. I put them out, get a few hundred plays, maybe a few thousand. Wouldn't do as good as my remixes. So I was like, why don't I just make remixes? That's what the DJs want. They want remixes. You're going to create relationships like that. And I tell this to a lot of the students that I teach, because sometimes I like teach production on the side, and I tell them that. I'm like, because sometimes they're like, man, I want to make originals. I want to make crazy sounds like you. And I'm like, baby steps. Like, let's flip something. Let's turn something into Jersey Club. Because a lot of people come to me for like, because they want to know how to make Jersey Club or trap or whatever. I'm like, let's do this first. Because people will want to hear your Skrillex remix before they want to hear your original. And that's just fact. Like, they're going to give that a listen because they'll be like, well, they're like, I want to see what you did with In the Ghetto. I want to see what you did with that. Mm-hmm. And then if it's fire, go up really quick. Followers go crazy. And that's what I did. And it works. And people were always like, Risky, you got to work on originals. And I do. But people are like, fuck remixes. That's not going to open any doors for you. Bullshit. It's opened way more doors for me than a lot of people. Even the people that tell me, bro, you shouldn't work on remixes, bro. That's played out. You got to do original content. And I've gained more experiences and had more success with remixing. I don't say that you should just do that, because I definitely do both, but I think remixing opened a new door for me that wasn't possible. It didn't seem possible in the beginning.
No doubt about it, bro. And then especially when you're constantly like hopping on the popular songs to remix it in its time, like it's always good to catch the momentum of that particular track and then be able to put your twist on it, which is pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then not only that, people look at those remixes and they're like, oh shit, well, this homeboy or homegirl or them, they got originals on the side too, so they're checking it out. So it's almost too like remixes act as like as a hook to get them hooked more into your remixes, more into your originals, more flips, bootlegs, whatever it is that you got, edits, mashups, preset packs. I mean, it could be anything. And I definitely want to incorporate more remixes and flips, bootlegs. Like definitely this can come in here for sure. Because like I said, I get maybe some other producers feel like this. So I get caught like in a trap of like just work on originals. But I want to work more on remixes.
And originals are good. I mean, originals are definitely really good, but then also originals are really hard to market too, because
it is. Oh, they are, bro. Trust.
I was talking about this the other day on Twitter. I was like, people do not understand how expensive it is to release a record. It is so expensive because you got to do artwork, you got to get it mixed and mastered, you got to put in mad promo, you got to do other miscellaneous costs. Dude, you're spending a few $100s on per record. It's expensive. Dude, a remix, just like you just put the regular cover on it, just slap your name on top, put out the record, maybe put a little promo. It's so much cheaper and it's more effective. And like then when you finally have the audience of like, damn, everybody loves the remixes, throw the original at them, and they have so much respect for you that they're gonna listen. And then when they listen, they're like, oh my god, you're such a great producer, why don't you release more of these? And that's what it ends up turning out to. So, I mean, they're definitely just as important, but they're also really fucking expensive. Because if you don't put money into your project, if you don't invest into yourself, then, like, literally, you're just getting the song and just throwing it in the trash. Literally. That's the way I see it. If you're not investing into it, putting in money, putting in time and effort and marketing, and thinking, like, strategic ways to make the song pop, just throw the song in the trash at that point. You know?
I feel like another good way of like saying you have an original and say you don't have the marketing money for it. Look for label releases that do put marketing into your tracks, you know, because that's one way that you could also be gaining an audience through your originals is using another platform's demographic and their fan base for your benefit, you know?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's a good way to grow. But the one thing I've noticed working with labels, not every label, but like sometimes they could be a fucking headache.
Definitely.
You know, they could be a headache.
A lot of loops and stuff you have to jump through for them.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not as crystal clear. People just think, oh, I send it to their email, they sign it, I become famous. It's like, no, it doesn't. Sometimes you're like, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to sign this record. So it's going to come out in 2023, first quarter. You cool with that? And it's like, fuck, bro. Like, is it worth it?
And you know what's bullshit about that sometimes, too? There's been situations where they'll be very enthusiastic about the record. It can even be like 6 months ahead, a year ahead. But by the time that it comes, it could be to where, like, something happens within that time period where it's like, oh, well, you know, fuck your record at the moment. It's not important. There's some other shit happening right now.
Yeah.
Shit. And, you know, it's just things like that where working with labels do become a really big headache. And it's just always, it just seems much more convenient, like from a smaller artist perspective to be independent and try to just get as much ownership of their records. And and if they could feel like they could do the marketing on themselves, like more power to them. Because like Robert has mentioned, like there are labels that definitely, you know, they go ham on the market. They definitely show a demonstration of yeah, like we really want to take care of the record to where we do put investing in the artwork and the marketing and the and like making connections for blog posts and all that. Like they go all out. And then there's some labels where, and it's a lot of these big labels too, where like they just start slacking. It's like they get a record and like you could tell like they're not as enthusiastic about this release as they were on like maybe like an EP pack that they just released 2 weeks ago. Like it's always hard to really know like how enthusiastic and how far they want to like push your shit.
Oh yeah, a lot of these record labels, especially the big ones, they're like just pumping because they're just like, if we shoot 300 shots and one of them makes it, we fucking win, you know? So yeah, you see a lot of labels just like constantly dropping like weekly bunch of shit, and a lot of it is fucking mid. And they're like, damn, like how the fuck did they even get signed to that? But then you realize, dude, like they're not even promoting the record. I didn't even know the record came out. And like this record has, it's like on a big label and it's like only has 1,000 plays. Like what went wrong, you know? And that's what I'm saying. It's because they just keep pumping, just keep shooting the shot. You miss all the shots you don't take, right? So that's the kind of the way I've seen like the music industry is like switch to, where they'll sign something, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna fucking throw money towards it or pump the record. That's why I feel like with Subsidia. I feel like Subsidia has like so many fucking songs. Like, dude, like Subsidia's been out for like a year and they have like, I don't know, like 1,000 songs already. And they just pump. They rarely have like solo releases.
It's always compilations, bro.
Yeah. And I feel like people get lost in the compilations. Like, you know, like they're just throwing it out there. And like, that's not like the Subsidia either. It's like, shout out to them. Like, I feel like they've become one of the biggest dubstep labels in the game right now, owned by the fucking man himself, Excision. But that's the kind of way I see it, where it's just like, oh yeah, we're throwing this compilation. There's 50 songs on here. Have fun. And that's what it is.
At the same time, though, I do feel like, say you are one of the people on the compilations, and you know you're going to be on the compilation that's going to be coming out in, say, like 5 months or whatever. I feel like at that point, it's yours and your team's job to create a promo around that or towards build up towards that. You know, use the fact that you're going to be releasing on Subsidia to your advantage, you know? I feel like that's probably the biggest advantage you could take from doing any of these label releases.
Right.
They give you that time frame for you to build up your momentum to that shit, you know?
That is true.
If they don't see the work, you continually trying to like keep pushing music before your track comes out. Like I don't think there's gonna be any rush to try to release your music, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like definitely. That's also something to look out for as well.
Right.
You know, I think we released on the same label too. Any Boys Records.
No,
remember that shit?
I do remember that. I was like,